I have some very good news to tell you. A year or so ago, it would have been hard for me to imagine we would have been in this place we are today. We have a lot to be thankful for as a parish and a lot to be proud of. In this vlog, I will fill you in on some really good news and explain the reasons we are in this place. I'm speaking now of our financial situation and a report for the year end. We will be preparing a more detailed year-end report to be distributed to the entire parish. So let's dive in. We end our fiscal year on June 30th, as many businesses do. It's good to ask, how did we do? Essentially, how things look financially for the parish. I'm very pleased to relay to you two significant pieces of good news. Let us begin with the overall general operating piece, our basic incomes and expenses. How did the income come in? How about the expenses? When we remove the large HVAC expenses and monies coming in for the campaign, there is a very good scenario to report to you. Overall, in comparing the income to the expenses, we ended up the year with $140,000 in the black. This means we had $140,000 more income than expenses. This is really impressive. Why did we do so well this year? There are several reasons. The first and foremost reason is your generosity. The people of Holy Spirit are very generous. Thank you. You really ought to be proud of the parish and the generosity. Some other big factors were on the expense side. With the HVAC construction, we had less repairs and maintenance in that department, which sometimes was pretty high. Generally, the Finance Council also decides on a larger capital improvement or two each year. But with everything going on, we didn't do anything extra. Because of times throughout this last year with less staffing, there were savings in salary expense as well. Good for the budget, but not so good maybe for gray hairs. The milder winter helped as well with less snow removal costs and heating. The written financial summary breaks down some of the income and expenses, but I wanted to give you a broad overview for now. My second piece of good news has to do with our HVAC project. I've been mentioning for some time that I'm waiting on numbers for how much the government incentive would be. The IRS forms are now mostly prepared, and I have a number that estimates the initial payback. It is much better than I was thinking. After we apply in a couple weeks, we should be getting back from the government $2,090,000. There is another piece of great news along with this, because this number was higher than I thought, but even more good news is that all indications are that the government has committed to paying us back in 45 days from the filing. This is quite significant, as it means our interest payments would be greatly reduced on the borrowed monies. Before, we were thinking it would be 6 months to 2 years. Thus, with all this said and done, I am very happy to admit that my prediction of the debt was too high. Not only because of these developments, but also because some people have been able to pay off their debts early, and some have even increased their pledges. We have also received new pledges for the campaign. So with all this good news, it appears that we will be somewhere in the neighborhood of $100,000 in debt after all the pledges are paid off. This is how things stand now. And I am not so sure that others will step forward now, and because we are so close, and that Holy Spirit will be debt-free. This is quite amazing. God is very good, and you are very good. Thank you. It has been quite a journey. I stand in awe before your generosity and resilience. Thank you for your trust, for your patience, and all you did to help to get to this point. May God be praised in all of this.